Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Graceful Plants, and my Maranta is really sad. So the other day, I had noticed a little yellowing on a few of the leaves on my green Maranta, and I didn't think anything of it. I figured, it's an older plant, maybe just some of the older leaves are dying off, because I have moved a lot of my plants from outside in. And I figured maybe it was just, adjusting to being inside full time. Well, the next morning, I looked at it and a lot of the leaves were yellow. And I mean, not just like a little pale, I mean, these were banana yellow leaves. So, of course, I panicked thinking maybe I had overwatered. And I'm still not quite sure what is going on with it for sure. But I suspect that there might be an iron deficiency in the plant. Let me see if I can show you. And again, this is just speculation. But if you look at these leaves down here, they're kind of turning yellow, but the veining in them is still green. So that's kind of what's led me to think that it might be an iron deficiency. But before I get into that, I just would like to say that when I noticed these leaves yellowing, I had removed it from the vicinity of any of my other plants, and I should have known better. As with everything, I should have known better. But for whatever reason, this kitty of mine is obsessed with my green Maranta. And I don't know what it is about this plant. I mean, it is this plant. My lemon lime Maranta that I just got a while back is at the same level height-wise that I had placed this plant, and she hasn't touched it. Like she doesn't mess with any of my other plants except this poor green Maranta. Seriously, anybody want a cat? She's 11 years old. She's really grumpy, and she has a mild weight problem. But I tell you that because of this. So I had moved the plant, went to bed, and the next morning I came down the stairs and noticed that there was some Maranta leaves at the bottom of the staircase. Curious, because the staircase is on the completely other side of the house as my green Maranta. Yeah. Moose found it. So not only is this poor plant having some issues of its own, but it's also got to deal with the destruction of the cat. Does anybody else have cats that are obsessed with their Maranta plant? Like, I don't know what it is about this plant in particular. Like, I don't know if you can see behind me. Probably not. I've got Marantas all over my house, and she doesn't bother them. It's this plant. I digress. I just want to let you know that this plant has had a rough weekend. And this isn't the first time that she's attacked this plant either. This is the third time. So iron deficiency in plants is caused by acidic soil. And quick science lesson for anyone out there, the pH levels that you can have are from 0 to 14, with 7 being completely neutral. Anything that is above 7 is considered alkaline or basic, and anything that's below 7 is considered acidic. And most houseplants thrive in more acidic soil because, without getting too sciencey, the more acidic the soil, the easier it is for the nutrients in the soil to be absorbed into the plants. Most houseplants thrive in soil from a 6 to a 7.5 to just a little over neutral pH. Most potting mixes that you will purchase also will state on there what the pH of that potting mix is, and it's usually within that range of that 6 to 7.5. And all of your houseplants are going to have different pH requirements that they would prefer. I know spider plants prefer a 6 to a 6.5 pH level, whereas Marantas, like my guy, like it at 5.5 to about a 6. So a little bit more acidic than, say, a spider plant would like it. So there is a few ways that you can test the pH of your soil. You can get an inexpensive soil testing kit, or you can get an actual pH meter. So I actually just have the soil testing kit for my outside hydrangeas because they're a little bit more finicky when it comes to the pH of their soil. So I've already had this kit, so this is what I'm going to use to test the pH. So as you can see here, my poor Maranta, and I've already put the soil in the test tube here. And this test kit actually comes with a pH solution that you mix with the soil. So we are going to add this. And then we're going to replace the lid, and then we just shake it. The pH test is going to have to sit for a few minutes, and while that's sitting, I am going to start kind of deconstructing this poor plant because the cat has eaten enough of this plant off that it needs to be repotted. And I'm actually going to be repotting him into a terracotta pot. But I know it's kind of hard to see, but I feel like it is right in between here color-wise. So we're sitting between a 6 and a 6.5, which is good. Even though I said Marantas prefer a 5.5 to a 6, I think we're pretty close. So the pH test looks good, and it looks like iron is not the issue, and it's probably just a case of me being an over lover of my plants and having overwatered him. Well, the soil test was sitting. I did repot him. So this is all that is left of my poor Maranta. He was once a big, beautiful plant, and now he's been deduced to a little 6-inch pot. But when I was repotting him, the soil was not soggy by any means. There was a little bit of dampness to it, but it was definitely not sopping wet like you would kind of think you would have if you'd overwatered it. However, I don't know. The pot that it was in was a ceramic glazed terracotta pot, so there wasn't a lot of moisture leaching from the pot itself. So it very well could be overwatered, and it has just sat in damp soil for too long. So I guess we'll see how it does in this new terracotta pot. I'm going to be putting him back up where he was, out of Moose's reach, and I will probably not water him for quite a while, giving him a good chance to dry out, and hopefully he bounces back. So we shall see, I guess. But as always, you guys are awesome. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please make sure to share with any of your plant-loving friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Graceful Plants, and she's such a jerk.